The new 100-year quest chapter is out, and holy moly! This chapter, nearly in its entirety, was a one-sided beatdown. Blade pulling a reverse grip slash on Cobra, cutting him down in a historic Uno reverse moment with the reveal that he can read his mind, while Daemon is torturing Angel with a Moe Moe Kyun pose. Even Meredy seen better days. She couldn't even land a single hit on Gate, while Gate dragged her through the floor. The Zechs is bodying the Seis. They came to help just to need help. Being an Oracion Seis fan must be hard right now, as they are getting disrespected one after another in one of the most one-sided brutal beatdowns. The Zechs is an absolute powerhouse group. These people are no joke. You would expect that since they randomly got introduced in the middle of an arc about a different group of people, they would get clapped relatively fast, so we could focus on the main events. But no! These people aren't just standing on business, they are the business. And like I get it, the Oracion Seis isn't the strongest wizard group out there, but they are still strong. So the Zechs taking them out so effortlessly is indeed a feat of strength. The Oracion Seis is truly unlucky. The matchmaking does them dirty every single time ever since the Nirvana arc. But them taking this beating this chapter did serve its own purpose, as by them being practice dummies, we learned more about the abilities and powers of the Zechs. As the previous chapter already established, Blade has the power to read his opponent's mind. I don't know if this is part of his black magic, the black slashing, I think that's how it's called, or just an extra power he has, but in either case this makes him a perfect opponent for Cobra, as he can counter Cobra's annoying mind reading with his own. I would say this puts Cobra in a disadvantage, but that would be a lie, as Cobra through his entire career been reading people's minds. He was the one with advantage all this time. So this is actually the most fair play matchup he ever had, outside the power gap of course. I believe this is the reason why Mashima put Cobra against Blade to begin with, as through this fight Cobra might be forced to stop relying so much on his hearing to win fights and actually to start utilizing his other abilities or learn new ones to turn the tables instead. And I think that slice of life chapter we got with Cobra might have been a hint towards this. Either way, Blade is a tough opponent, as he was capable to take Cobra down with little effort. Also, I think he might have purposely baited Cobra into dodging his first attack, so he could land a successful follow-up strike on him. As if my memory serves me right, it often doesn't, Cobra wasn't capable to read his mind the last chapter, or the previous chapters, but now for some reason he was. So it might have been a trap by Blade. Also, Blade switching to reverse grip to land that strike was really cool. Mashima and Ueda are cooking with the choreography. It kinda reminds me of the early fairy tale choreography. The reverse grip was also disrespectful. It is an objectively bad way to use a sword. So Blade essentially switched to a war stance to cut Cobra down. Oh, that gonna sting, oh brother.
Damn!
The fight between Angel and Daemon continues this chapter, and it is just as much one-sided as the other ones. Angel pulls every possible move she has on Daemon, just for it to all be useless. She even pulls out her celestial key as a last resort, summoning the Chisel spirit, what we didn't see since the Nirvana arc. We didn't see Kylung for nearly 2 decades, bruh! 2 freaking decades! I thought that Angel might have lost all of her keys after the loss against Lucy, as she never used them ever since. But it appears that Lucy only took her golden keys, and left the other ones behind. But it's shame, as the Chisel spirit is pretty darn broken for a silver key. I mean, Angel straight up blasted a hole through Daemon with it. Imagine how powerful would have Lucy been with this spirit. Unfortunately, this move was outright useless, as Daemon just fixes the hole in her body, revealing that just like in Juvia's and Scullion's case, Daemon's body is also immune to physical damage and is made out of her element. Holy shit! Daemon was already insanely broken with her black magic, what allows her to melt her opponents and their attacks. But now, even her body is made out of acid, or whatever goo. I can't stress enough how broken this makes her. If Daemon can use her body the same way Juvia can, then that makes her even more terrifying. If you watched my Juvia video, then you know what I am talking about. Mashima really made Daemon the most dangerous out of the group and then put the weakest Seis member against her. Fucking comedy. Anyway, get melted. Moe moe kyun. This chapter also finally revealed the power of Gate. Gate got introduced nearly a year ago, like 9 months, nearly 10, and we only now learn what his black magic is. And people want slower pacing. Fuck no! Meredy is still on the floor. She seems to be taking the beating worse than the other members, despite being a Grimoire Heart member. An ex-Grimoire Heart member, my bad. I mean, that would make her stronger than the Seis, but apparently she isn't. Since her debut this arc, she's been on the floor constantly. Like, damn. If Prime Urtir would see this, she would kill Gate on sight. Meredy, after finally standing up, uses her magic to connect herself to Gate, trying to create her usual stalemate tactic. But again useless! Gate effortlessly breaks the spell, something what we never seen anyone else ever do before. Then opens a demonic hellish gate with hundreds of arms extending from it and dragging Meredy away to the other side. With this revealing that Gate's power is indeed to open gates. Whoa, I bet nobody see that coming. Honestly, this gate design is just freaking cool. Ueda cooked so hard with this design and panel. This is just awesome, man. I never expected his gate to look so freaking big. Like, I thought it is gonna be something basic or simple, but no, it is actually really fucking cool. I especially love how it is asymmetrical, but makes it look even better. They just cooked with it. They just cooked. How does this power work exactly is still a mystery, but if I have to guess, I would say this portal either drags the opponent into a pocket dimension, similar to Hell, where they die, or to an entire different dimension altogether, not just a pocket one, or works similarly to Zero's Genesis Zero, where the target gets erased from existence after some time. Either way, seeing Meredy get dragged away is pretty scary. We also learned that Gate can break Meredy's magic. What could either be part of this exact same magic in some ways, or something else. Like maybe Gate is so knowledgeable about magic that he was just capable to remove it. I think the second option is the most likely explanation, as he did got compared to Hades by Meredy herself, and Hades was a powerhouse because of his vast knowledge about magic. If that is the case, then the theory how each of these demons are ex-historical wizards who reach the depths of magic might actually be true, and that is so freaking hype. With Meredy down, 4 Oracion Sechs members in total got defeated, 3 in this chapter, only leaving Racer and Midnight behind. Midnight learning this got frustrated, but then out of the nowhere, Racer pops up yelling, "If any of you guys die before me, you are gonna be sorry. Go on and win your fights before me." With this giving newfound motivation to all of the defeated Sechs members to stand up and continue fighting. Of course, we only see Cobra stand up this chapter, but I presume all the members will do the same, otherwise would be really lame. I love the direction Mashima is taking Razor's character this arc, making him the group's morale boost and all. It is really cool. I think it works really well, as nobody expected that from all the members, he gonna pop off this hard. After all the beating he received, Cobra stands up and drops this cool ass panel. Deflected, quiet joking around. Go on and hit me, if you got the guts to stick it in this poison. Bro is barely standing on his legs, but he's still capable to have this much aura. Cobra is truly him. And he even tops this off with another banger line. I can hear your hesitation. Cobra one step away from that, but he's still a menace till his last breath. Like, how cool can a man get? Cobra stocks are high right now because bro is about to drop one of the best moments in his career. Round 2 of Oracion Seis contra Oracion Sechs officially started. Now how will they win is another question, especially considering how effortlessly they lost. Ouch. And so far they've been heavily on the receiving end only. Ouch again. But I think each member has some power they can bring out to turn the tables. Cobra, for example, could either get his second element and win like that, or finally go Dragon Force. Both options are on the table, with both also being really fucking hype. For a second element, he could eat Alderon's wood and gain Wood Dragon Slayer magic, making him a Poison Wood or a Poison Eevee Dragon Slayer. What honestly sounds pretty darn cool, but he also could eat parts of Blade's blade and gain Blade Dragon Slayer magic, making him a Poisoned Blade Dragon Slayer. They both sounds awesome. But I also can see Cobra going Dragon Force. We never seen a second generation Dragon Slayer go Dragon Force. And I think this is a more than great opportunity to change that. So if Luxus got Red Lightning, maybe Mashima will give Cobra Dragon Force for the sake of balancing things out. And I am really excited for that as we don't know how that would work. We know first and third generation Dragon Slayers can go Dragon Force because they have antibodies to prevent dragonization. But the second generation don't have such thing, as they got their powers from a Lacrima. So I'm interested if a second generation Dragon Force will work like a regular one, or will it have the same side effects what the Dragon Eaters have, where it will turn the user into a dragon. So Cobra going Dragon Force could answer this question. I'm also just simply excited because of the design alone. Like, I can't even imagine how a Cobra or a Luxus Dragon Force would even look like. All what I know that it would be definitely cool as hell. Now Angel has her own way to win against Daemon as well, that being Star Dress. With the last bit of clothing Angel had on her being melted by Daemon, I presume Angel will need some type of coverage to not be naked during her fight. So she might gonna use Star Dress to both cover herself and to gain a power boost against Daemon. Maybe a chiseled Star Dress or one of her Otoi keys. Heck, I could even see her pull a Star Dress combo, as we know for a fact that Angel is an extremely powerful Celestial Wizard. So if Yukino was capable to master the regular Star Dress, I could totally see Angel pulling a combo, as she is more powerful than Yukino. With a Star Dress, she could potentially bypass Daemon's acid body and actually harm her, pulling a win with this. Now Meredy has probably the most power-up possibilities from the group. She could pull out any of her friends' magic like Urtir's Ice Make or Arc of Time, or even Jela's Celestial Magic, even Juvia's Water Magic. She hung out with the three of them for quite some time, so I can totally see her picking up one or two of their moves. But she also could pull out a brand new spell we never seen before. A spell what she learned during her time in Grimoire Heart but was unable to master so far because it was so complicated. So now after she mastered it, she gonna use it against Gate to win. But she also could just maybe unlock a new stage for her emotions magic, or how it is called. Similarly how Urtir unlocked a new stage for her Arc of Time. But I think the most likely scenario is that she gonna link herself to the other members and with their magic overpower Gate. But of course that would mean that she would have to wait till their fights are over, so it wouldn't backfire. But in either case, Meredy has the most potential for new power-ups from the group, so I have a really high expectation for her. Hota in the other hand, oh boy, I have no idea. He probably down for good, or maybe what I said in my last chapter review. But genuinely, I have no idea for a power-up for him. I can't remember anything what would give him an advantage against his opponent. Sorry guys, he might be cooked. Anyway, all three of them who went down this chapter have the possibility to turn the tables in their favor. Some have more options while others less, but essentially all three of them have something what they could pull out and win. Now will this be a proper win or not is another question. If the Zechs have second forms, like the Tartarus demons, then the Seis is beyond cooked. If they struggled this much against the first form, they absolutely stand no chance against the second one. Maybe if Cobra would go full dragon as the side effect of his dragonization, then he could potentially clear all of them, but if he doesn't, they absolutely stand no chance. They probably just gonna be able to defeat the first form, and the second form needs to be dealt by someone else. Like the Diabolos. Since they didn't pop up this chapter as I predicted, I am placing my bet that they will show up for the second stage. I'm probably getting boring with repeating myself each time that they will show up and save the day. But we really fucking need them! In this arc, so much potential sitting in the corner doing nothing. Come on Mashima, I'm begging you. We need more Suzaku and Kirin content. If the demons have no second form, then the Seis have a fair chance in defeating the Zechs for good. But either way, we have to see. This chapter was pretty good and I'm really excited for the next one. It even made me make a far longer video than usually, and that is a big achievement because I hate making long videos. In this chapter we learned more about the abilities of the Zechs, and we seen some cool Seis moments. Cobra standing up and Racer being this emotional motivation for the group was really freaking cool. We even see the return of Celestial Keys in the hands of Angel. But what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section below. This was Space G and see you guys in space. Bye.